Hi! I'm so bloody cheesy. I'm cheesy McWheezy. Don't forget that. Don't forget I'm cheesy McWheezy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Come on. Gosh, man. Update the app. I should have done this before I started. Good evening, humans. New to the chat, man. Please, man, hit that thumbs up button, notification bell after you subscribe, of course. All right, so I want to talk about something tonight, man. And I want to talk about something that needs to be talked about because people, uh, here we go again, really. Um, and what I mean by here we go again, a lot of people, they don't get it. They just don't get it. But I'm going to help them get it. I'm going to help them. I'm going to help them get it. I'm a get itist. All right, I'm gonna help them get it, and helping them get it is what that is my specialty. So by all means, man, buckle up, man. It's going to be a good one. So uh, okay, there we go. Uh, um, uh, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, what is this thing doing? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go. Windows. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So people, what's going on? Brandon is here. He says, "What's good, Mr. Smith?" My man Z7. He says, "What's up?" Hi. All right. So I appreciate you guys for being here. And as 2021 cracks open, I'm shoving. Excuse me. I am I am escorting this thing back to what it is its original roots to get people back on point to take people on a 360 degree perspective of where it all starts and give individuals a whole bunch of pay dirt on why I talk to fathers, because this is a fathers organization and I help fathers um, maintain a functioning relationship, an unfostered relationship with their children. And in doing that, we got to talk about the roadblocks, which is women. A lot of individuals think it's the courts. It's not the courts. It's the women. Okay. Please stop thinking that you go to court and the mother is there and the mother says he don't know how to wipe his butt. That's why he shouldn't have no time with the child. He don't know how to spell his name. He got instructions inside his pants on how to wipe his behind. That's why he shouldn't be with the child. You guys leave there and say, I went to court and the judge did this to me. All right. So you got to stop that. You got to stop that. All right. So that's what we're going to do here, 98.3.com FM. I'm your host, Chris One of the Chris One Radio Group. And also, and I'm going to help you guys understand what happens, and I'm going to help reveal the true content that exists between men and women, or should I say, the true content of understanding why fathers don't have a relationship with their children. I'm not talking about deadbeats. I'm not talking about that dude that you said you want to box in. I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about fathers. I'm going to help you understand a clear-cut example as to why fathers don't have a relationship with their children. All right? So let us go. People, what I do is I watch a lot of car shows. A lot of them. As a matter of fact, I was just watching Count Customs. I found it on Sci-Fi, Fi channel, whatever channel it was, FYI. And I was like, oh, I didn't know Count Customs came on this channel. I thought it only came on the History Channel. Yeah, I thought it only came on the History Channel. Anyway, I was watching Count Customs. Count Customs is a gentleman by the name of Danny, and he has a shop. And in that shop, Danny, rebuilds cars. He takes old cars and restore them. Count Customs. And every once in a while, Count Customs will get a car that looks good on the outside, and then they'll break the seats down, they'll strip the paint off of it, and when you strip the paint off of it, you start seeing what's really holding that car together. When you strip the paint off, you then reveal what's really holding that car together. They had stripped off one car, a Mustang, and it had 3/4 panels stacked on each side. 3/4 panels. And I was like, dag. And the car they took regular old silicone and puttied it up and made it look all nice and spray painted over it. And they peeled all that off and the car was rusty. People, the world don't want to understand that every time a father has to fight to be a child, he becomes a customized attitude fighter. That's what he is. That's what a father becomes. A father becomes a customized attitude fighter. You try to work things out with the mom. Hey, listen, I'm going to stay an extra half an hour late. I'm going to come 45 minutes. Oh, you can't. You can't. Fathers are the ones that we deal with when the mother takes the child, the father for child support, and this get a nigga system don't seem to pan out right. Really, this get a nigga system, it doesn't, it never goes well. It's a short-lived jack a nigga system, and that system is I thought that after I took him down for child support, I was going to have all the power. But what disgruntled mothers don't understand is once they take a man down for child support, there is no other game to play. So what happens is these fathers, they become customized attitude fighters, and it's no, you can't, and then excuse me, it's now, I took him down for child support, but now I got to add more stuff in, because if he don't do what I want him to do, I'm gonna take him down for child support again. I'm gonna double child support him. So what I'm going to do tonight, and I'm going to explain to you what happens when a father stops fighting. I'm going to help you understand that it's unfortunate when a father stops fighting, there's nothing. People like that car that Danny strips down and find that there's a bunch of silicone and Bondo holding that car together. A father's fight is the only relation that a child and a father have, because the custodian, the guardian, the queen, the mother, y'all gonna get enough of that dumbass title. But the queen says, no, I don't want this. And then the amazing thing happens when the father stops fighting, and ask me how I know. But the amazing thing happens when the father stops fighting. And you know what happens when the father stops fighting? Nothing. There's nothing. There's no calls. There's nothing. You know why there's nothing when the father stops fighting? You know why? I want all the fellas to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Because when you are fighting to be a father, like I told you, you're a dumb idiot if you do. I don't care if it's a minute. You're a dummy for fighting to be a father. You need to let estrogen be who they want to be. But the amazing thing happens when you stop fighting to be a father is nothing. Because nothing, fighting is all there was. There isn't you're fighting to be a father to have a relationship. Fighting is the relationship. Fighting is the relationship. There's nothing. You're not fighting for a relationship. If you think so, I mean, log on to dummy.com and share your story. I'm sorry. You big dummy, but log on to fighting.com and share your story. Because the amazing thing is, when I used to try to explain this to women, women always seem to have a systematical function left, zone 5, ecosystem 4, doom blah boom, pow, system as to why. It's got to be something else to it. Eight years ago, my mom said something to me, and I stopped speaking to her for 2 years then. And in 2015, I said, but my mom said something to me, and I'm not going to tell y'all the whole conversation, but my mom said to me in a very sinister voice, a woman will never do nothing to a man unless he deserves it. That's what my mom said. A woman will never do nothing to a man unless he deserves it. I had to then remind my mom, so all the stuff that I went through with Atia LaShawn Bradley, you're saying I deserve that. You're saying that woman that called and lied and said your son had a gun and they locked him up, you're saying your son deserved that. Your other son that took care of a woman's daughter for 12 years, and then in 5 years in or so, when they had a baby and then they broke up, she took him down for child support. You're saying that your son deserved that. Of course, I got no answer when I asked estrogen to explain that. But it's just another thing of you throw stuff out there. I told y'all, when it comes to the stories of elevations of dumb, I got them all day. But when I say them, individuals don't get it, and you're bashing, and boy, you just hate black women, boy. No, it's unfortunate that when my engagement with them, I mean, these old Uncle Buck ass niggas. I mean, Uncle Buck. You know, those cats. You can, they get along with them just fine. But when a man says, "Hold on, are you listening to yourself?" You know, another story. I didn't mean to go left, but this is why I tell you: don't try to explain this perspective to a woman. Don't 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 try to explain its perspective. If you go to a woman's function and you say, "Hey, you know, I fought to be a father," and it's 100 women there, 100 women to say, "Well, you probably did something." Nobody. And then you'll have to go through about 30 scenarios before one of them probably say, yeah, there's something going on here. People, this is why I do what I do. Now, allow me to go left for a second. I have a dream. I have a dream that one day a woman is going to approach me. And she's going to say, "Hi, Daddy." And because I haven't seen her in 12 years now, I don't know what she looks like no more. I don't know her no more. Facts. And I'm going to say, "Who are you?" And then she's going to say, okay. And then I'm going to say, "Oh." And I kind of get the story in my head. Why did you leave me? Why did you? You know all the stories that they paint with fathers, especially black men. Why did you? And y'all know me. Don't give me a stage to blast you with logic. I'm going to say, "No, you need to check with your dumbass mama and the Queen Black Women crew." That would be Auntie Flo, Auntie Val, Auntie Flo, Auntie Val, and your grandmother, aunt, whoever that cat was. You better check with your grandmother and all of them need to get together and have a meeting. Y'all need to have a meeting as to why they all supported your mother with her. But I don't want to talk about your mom. We're going to talk about you because you was there. You knew my fight. You decide to try to put a dildo in my butthole and be like your mother. So I'm going to allow you to retract that bullshit, what you just said. If not, you need to get the fuck on out of my face. That's what I dream is going to happen. And I say that because of this, people. I say that because for some strange reason, what Mr. Shahrazad Ali said is individuals don't ever want to take fault for what they do. That is a no-no. They will never sit down there and say, "It's my fault." I just know that will roll over into a child that knew I was fighting everybody and still said, "Well, mommy taught me that you're a black man. And mommy said it's an option to respect you or not." So I want to just tell you disgruntled mothers out there, you need to check with the man on his terms of disrespect. Because a lot of kids don't have relationships with their fathers because the mother explained to the child, "You can disrespect him, he will act like this." You can disrespect him, he will act like this. No, you're his only child. No, you're his firstborn. No, you can lube daddy anal cavity. No, daddy will let you buck him in his bunhole. I'm laughing at something. I'm laughing at something else, man. Ain't nobody playing with my bunhole. Y'all knew the antics was coming. Come on, stop it. Y'all knew the antics was coming. Stop it. Oh, you're killing me. You're really killing me. So, boom. Ruben says, Oh, let me give shout outs to the shout outies. Of course, I reached out to Brax. You says preach. He says preach again. He threw a LOL on the back of the second one. My man. Dave says good evening, Chris. Good evening to you. Hi. And then you said he's looking for Mufi. I'm gonna bring Mufi on in a couple of days. Ruben says I can relate. 3 years for me. And then you says meeting irresponsibility. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That's exactly what that would be. Then Ruben also says, he said, my ex loves receiving that child support though. I'm never getting married again. No cohabitation, no LTRs, no marriage. I can't blame you. I mean, listen, um, the craziest thing about listening to and talking about individuals that leave comments is people, um, it's a term that says we can agree to disagree. And I'm not going to shove nothing down y'all throat. But the crazy thing about what Ruben is saying is a reflection of what I'm saying, of course, on a different street. And what I'm saying is, through my experiences, nobody wants to understand. People want to take my experiences and morph them into something else. People want to take my experiences and act like I never wrote this book, When Dads Cry. That's what they want to do. They want to just, no, he just, that's that black guy on YouTube. Nope, no, I'm an advocate. Sorry. They just want to act like, I wrote a chapter in this book called Additionals. And Additionals is, it's always the father fighting everybody else. It's the father. People, this is why I can't allow me and my woman to be talking, and then we agree to something, and then this never happened with my woman. I'm just saying, me and my woman be talking, and then about 3 or 4 days later, well, my woman did do this, but it wasn't an argument. Women do it, but here's what I'm saying. I know it was her thinking on her own, but women will go and they will take the issue that you and her have, and they'll take it to the coalition of estrogen. And the coalition of estrogen, they'll morph y'all resolution into something else. And then y'all resolution, and then your woman will come to you and then say, no, I was just thinking. No, she wasn't. Women never think. They have meetings. Women have meetings. They have meetings, and a woman will take your problem and she'll throw your problem. What do you think about that? I want to paint his toenails purple. Girl, why you want to paint your man toenails purple? Because I just think he should have purple toenails. Why? Because, girl, I just love purple, and I just think my man should have purple toenails. It's just. And then what if your girl come to you and be like, I want to get your nails done. What? I think you should have purple toenails. You'd be like, nah, baby, we ain't doing purple nails. Well, I was thinking about it, and I think you should, so that's what happens. So just take heed to that. So you got to understand, people, stand strong on what you believe. Stand strong on what you believe. Defend what you believe. Don't allow nobody, and I mean don't allow nobody. What's going on, Deshaun? Don't allow nobody to make you feel as though when you talk about your experiences, you got to be humble with that. When you talk about your experiences, surround sound it. Honestly, surround sound it. Allow the idiots to come and annihilate them. Please allow them. And if they don't understand you, up the ante with the disrespect. Yeah, just up the ante. Do that. Up the ante with the disrespect. Let's be clear. I realized something. The women in my family taught me this. You can try and go with resolution. You can try and think that you talk in English. You can try and think that it's comprehension. One talk, the other one listen. That one shuts up. Now the other one talking, that one. It's not that. It's I. And then what happens is they don't understand. And the only time they understand is when you start disrespecting. So understand that. When you have to talk about what your experiences, like Ruben is talking about, when you have to talk about your experiences, don't allow somebody to throw another narrative. Don't allow somebody to say, well, you got to understand. If they start off with you got to understand, skip the stuff and just go into straight annihilation. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time and allow somebody to think somebody, well, you got to understand. Whoa, these are my feelings. This is me. I ain't got to understand Jack, because I assure you, everybody else is allowed to jump and embark on this thing the way they allow. They want to do it. But when a man speaks on what he want to talk about, and a man speaks about his issues and everything, we get all these resistance barriers. And you're going to get it from individuals in your family. You're going to get it from everybody else. So when you got to speak on what you want to speak on, voice that and voice it with volume. I don't care if you in a room full of women and they just want to and let they start hurting feelings. Make sure when they talk, say, listen, go get your man, because it's about to get ugly, because I'm about to disrespect you. I make no mistake about it. You will not talk to me about what I've been through. There should have been some alternate reality. No, I was living in it. I was going through it. I'm not going to allow nobody to say, you know what? No, you should have. Well, you got to understand, and all women ain't like that. Just because, blah, 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 I ain't trying to hear that. Because I'm trying to tell you, these are facts at 100%. The reason why I do not have a relationship with Atia Bradley's daughter is because I stopped fighting. And when I stopped fighting, there was nothing. Nothing. There was nothing. Why is that? Why is it that when a man stops fighting, he don't have a relationship? So the only mentality that a man got to live in to to have a relationship with his child is he gotta have this thing where, oh, they gotta be fighting, they gotta be tussling. That's not healthy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I woke up July 10th, 2009, the day before that, on July 9th, of course, if I can take y'all back to that day, Atia Bradley had it set up to where as though I was the big bad monster. So I couldn't go to Atia Bradley's house to pick up my child. They always know how to set it up to where as though if you don't pop up at that point, you don't have a right to come to their house. Let me tell you something. If you cannot go and knock on your child's mom's door to get your child, don't fight. Don't. I promise you. That I don't want him to come to my house because I'm scared. No, that is a setup for I don't want him to come to my house. So when I don't want to bring the child, he don't have a right to come to my house. Y'all got to start going to court and grabbing your damn balls. They ain't a judge in family court that want to see me. Why y'all think I talk about Atia LaShawn Bradley and say her whole name like I do? That woman don't want to see me in court. She don't. I got all them individuals trained. Especially Atia LaShawn Bradley. I got her trained. Like a dog. I'm talking roof dog. I got her trained. You know why? Because she loved doing the thing that women love to do. Oh, just take him down in front of the white man. White man ain't want to see me. My intellect, let me tell y'all something. I'm speaking facts now at 100%. It's not too many times I go into a room, I'm not the smartest one in the room. But you don't hear a peep from me. But here's one thing that's a fact. If I have to devise a solution to bring you to your demise, it ain't going to look good. It ain't going to look good. Ask my ex-wife. She tried to hit me off with a oofy. 3 weeks after the divorce, she found out. You know why? That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. But in the community you guys call black, intellect and smart from a man is not respected. But when it's done with estrogen, oh, you strong. You strong. That's what I'm talking about. You're a strong black woman. Man can't be strong. They want us in bitch mode. They want us bending over. Easy now. You ain't gonna easy now me. I'm just saying, man. Come on. What are you gonna do? I want to apologize, though. I want to apologize to all the estrogen that may listen to this, may come across this video. I want to apologize because you're going to listen to me and you're going to find for some old FU nonsense. You're gonna find some. You're looking for some way in. You're looking for cracks in the armor. Yeah, you are. You are. You're listening to me and you're like trying to find a way in. There are none. I speak facts. I speak facts. No man should ever fight to be a father. Never. Because once again, if you think this is perspective, little Sarah is on her way to school. A van pulls up, tries to abduct little Sarah. Little Sarah fights off her abductor, kicks him in the ding ding. That's what she's going to say when she's on Ellen, Steve Harvey, Good Morning America, Good Day New York, Oprah, all these other shows. She's going to be deemed a hero. Father goes to court. We fight to be fathers. Something wrong with us. No, you don't. You ain't looking at what's making us fight. You can find some faults with that. You're a genius. If you can find a logic in that, you're a genius. You're a genius. Funny thing is, when I go to court and I ask questions, nobody got the answers to them. Nobody got the answer to them. You want another one? Okay, I'll give you another one. Man is taking care of his child. I need y'all to follow me. Man is taking care of his child. Oh, no. Let me go with me. Taking care of my child. Now, in every other facet, this will be considered dumb. But when a woman does something, it's, well, you never know, and you got to understand. And this. Give me a second. Okay. All right. People, you ever see a courtroom and it starts getting out of hand? What does the judge do? He bangs his mallet, and what does he say? What does the judge say when he bangs his mallet? What does the judge say? What does the judge say when there's chaos in the courtroom? He bangs his mallet and say, what? What does the judge say? Anybody. What does a judge say? Why does this thing keep doing this? I appreciate that. Brandon said Mr. Smith is making intellect great again. My man, 50 grand. Here's what the judge say. Very well said. Ruben says, order in the court. He said it, not me, but you can see it for individuals. He said, order in the courtroom. Okay. So check this out. I'm about to expose dumb on a scale that's cataclysmic. A man is paying $410 a month for his child to go to school. You're looking at him. And then a man is picking a child up every day, eliminating after school care because the man is the non-custodial dad. Now I have to start saying this because individuals are going to listen to this and say, you should have been doing it anyway. Nuh-uh. Once I'm deemed a non-custodial, all I got to do is pay a nickel a month and let the arrears stack up. It don't matter. But all I got to do is just pay a nickel a month. That's what you took it down to. I'll get to that on a later date. $410 a month, $600 a month in after-school care being saved to the mother. Mother puts that in pocket. $410 a month being paid by dad. Feeding the child every day, $5 a day, $25 a week, $100 a month. And doing homework with the child, which is $30 an hour tutoring, 5 days a week, 150 times 4, 600. Add all that up, you comes up to $1,710 a month in incentives. I'm about to expose y'all dumb on a scale that's cataclysmic. Give me a second. Woman goes to court and get a judgment for $259, laughs at the man. But that ain't the story I want to expose to y'all on this one. Ruben said, order in the court. What does a child... I got another question for y'all. What does a man go get when they put him on child support? What is it called? Another quiz question. What is it called when a man walks from court? What is that piece of paper called? What is that piece of paper called? It's called a child support. What is it called? What is it called? What is it called? Anybody. When a man goes to court with a piece of paper, he walks from court with a child support what? Anybody. All right. When that man goes to court, this is going to be the this is going to be the moment. When a man goes to court, he goes to court and get a child support order. He goes and get a child support order. People, there was harmony in what I was doing. There was no confusion. So why the need for an order? There was no confusion. If a man is doing all that I was doing, do I dare say a white woman would deem that harmony? Do I say that? Or am I at it again? And I want to be clear about something. Sister Shalakemia said white women, black women don't move like white women. And I want to be clear about something. For 15 years now, I've been asking. I'm sorry, for 13 years now, I've been asking, could somebody come forward and find a white woman that took a white man down for child support under the same circumstances? It has not happened. Is there any women of color out there that know a white woman that took? Please bring them forward. Just anybody. Because my situation, one of the dumbest on record. Why was the need for a child support order when there was no chaos? But you can't get estrogen to say, what never will regurgitate out of their mouth is, the woman was wrong. Never. Never. You'll never get that out the cup. Even if a woman say it, it's after layers and layers and layers of listening and saying, I better say it just to agree with him because I hate the fact that he's saying that. I hate that nigga. I hate him. You know how I know what I'm saying is the truth? Because my own mother, she did it to me, baby. She did it to me, baby. My own mother. My own mother. Damn, I should have put more water in here. Arrgh. So, people, if you stockpile everything that I'm saying, right? Stack don't. I'm saying, man, that can't be right. And all that. And then you wake up one day and you simply say, enough. 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 And then guess what happens? Your days become sunnier. The pain and the hurt, there's a new pain. One pain and hurt dies, but of course, a new pain and hurt comes. Because you can't, there are residuals. I mean, let's be clear. I mean, I went to therapy for 2 years. Wanted to off myself. It was depression on a scale that, listen, I'll tell you guys a little story. I had about 2 acres in my house. My house sat off the curb. As a single man, what I never liked, no, what I never did was I never looked at kids. When the school bus let out, I always turned my head the opposite way. I did not want no kid to assume the guy that lives in that house right there, he's always looking at kids when they riding by or they walking by. So I never looked at kids. If I seen a child out on the road, I turned around. I made sure I never looked. Now, a child walking down the road was probably once every couple of months, okay? Because that's just the neighborhood I lived in. One day, two girls was walking down the road, and Diamond was looking at them. And I was just wondering, why was Diamond staring? They walked past my house, and I was just wondering, why was Diamond looking? So I stopped and looked, and it was my daughter and another girl. My daughter and another girl walked past, and my daughter didn't even speak to me. And people, I don't think I ate for 2 weeks. I probably lost about 20 pounds. I was devastated. I was hurt on a scale that it was like, yo, kill yourself. It felt better. And my mom, and for my mom to make a mockery of all the shit that I've been through. What do you do this for anyway? Blah, blah, blah. Look, people, I'm going to tell y'all something. Everybody that listens to me, if you don't got it by my intentions are good. If you don't think so, whatever. But I thank my dad. I don't thank God. I thank my dad. I thank my dad. And I want to be clear. The man was dead when all this happened. But when all this was going on, I regurgitated lessons and thoughts that my dad said. And my dad told me, here's a man that died in 2008, 2 days into 2008. So it ain't like he died in December of 2008, and I enjoyed him for a whole year. Here's a man that died in 2008, January 2nd, 2008. And before he died, we resumed the relationship in 2005. I got to enjoy him really for 2 years, because for the third year, 2008, he died. So I got to enjoy my dad for 2 years. In the 2 years that I had my dad in my life, out of a 17-year absence, my dad gave me the adult version of being a father. That's why I do my businesses. I'm having a problem with the trucking company now. I do my businesses the way I do. That's why I do everything the way I do. And everything, and I mean everything that my dad said, that Atia, LaShawn Bradley, and her daughter, my dad said everything that my daughter was going to do, my dad told me she was going to do it. Everything. The Bible don't give you no lessons on this, people. Pastors are going to give you a watered down version of this, and I assure you, if you are a black man, your mom telling you about this, no comment. But I woke up July 10th, 2009, after saying the day before that, enough. I'm worth more than this. What the F did I do to deserve this? And I'm going to tell you something. What I told you earlier, I have a dream of a woman walking up to me. The reason why I regurgitate this and talk about this the way I do, because individuals that do wrong, they tend to forget. I want to be clear about something that people that's listening to me. I'm not talking about this because it still hurt me. I'm talking about this so, number one, you don't go through it, and number two, I don't forget, because I ain't letting nobody come up to me and then try and flip the script on what happened. I'm not going to do that. People that fuck up, they good for doing that. People that do wrong, they are so great at changing and flipping the script, changing the analogy. They're excellent at that. But I want to make sure that if an individual approached me in 20 years from now, I can tell them about 17 days ago, I did a show talking about this. You need to go look at it. Mm-hmm. No, because it ain't going down like this. Because in society and in the world, mothers can do no wrong. And they know it. They know it. They know it. And the only time they will be held accountable for wrong that is done if you remind them of what was done. You know, there was a scene in Thor. I want to be clear about something. I got a lot of my best fighting quotes from superhero movies. And I need to take people's brain to understand what I'm about to say. People, when I went to go get a copy of my daughter's birth certificate and social security card, I had no problem with the birth certificate. When I went to go get the social security card, of course, I was met with a black woman. And a black woman took my license, said this license is fake. This woman said you this and that. I mean, this black woman was going ham. And I had to explain to this piece of trash, look, listen here, you piece of trash. What's going to happen when I leave here is I am that child's father, and I'm going to get, no matter what the other black woman told you. I mean, she took a copy of my license and she got the book. When you in the Social Security's office, they got a book for every state driver's license. This black woman took my license and went and got the book on Delaware and looked at the markings and matched up and made sure, because Christopher Smith came in there, and what Atia Bradley told this black woman is that Christopher Smith doesn't exist. He ran off and he shouldn't be, and he had no rights. People, when I tell y'all, Atia LaShawn Bradley left no stone unturned. Let me tell y'all, she left no stone unturned. Now allow me to return the favor. What y'all are listening to is a man that's turning over stones. And it's not about hurt anymore, because I realized something. People that always want to hurt you never have a life that's better than yours. Everybody that want to hurt you always have a life, and they're always beneath you. Literally, they're beneath you. Trust me, they're beneath you. They're beneath you. You will very rarely find somebody in life that did you wrong that's above you. Normally, when they're above you, they ain't got no time for you. You will always go through life. Give me a second. I've learned, baby, I've learned well. It takes a fool to learn. Oh, yes, it does. That love don't love nobody. Okay, I'm back. I've learned that everybody that's going to give you grief is packaged into something. It's never grief that you deserve. It's fabricated animosity. Yes, believe me when I tell you. It's fabricated. It is. But I'm sorry. I was telling you guys something. There's a scene, and the reason why I tell y'all this is because I want to make sure something is always understood. There was a scene in Thor. The movie came out in 2007. And there was a scene in Thor. And Thor, being a fighter like yours truly, we don't run from fights. You give us the bull, we're going to double up, please, by all means. But Thor being the young warrior that he was only 1,500 years old. But he talked his boys and his one Sith Lord into going to Jotunheim. And then because he goes up to the Amdal and he says, Amdal, may we pass? Never. Never has anyone got past my watch. I would like to know how that happened. Thor said, well, tell no one where we have gone unless we returned, and walked past Amdal. It was a warrior through and through. So Amdal was trying to explain to them, if returning from Jotunheim threatens Asgard, I must turn the Bifrost and leave you in the cold waste of Jotunheim. And then one of the fighters said, well, can't you just leave the Bifrost open for us? And then Amdal said, if I leave the Bifrost open, it will destroy Jotunheim with you on it. Thor says, I have no intentions on dying today. So they go to Jotunheim by way of the Bifrost. And they get there and they says, where is everybody? And Thor says, they are hiding as cowards do. And that is a true statement. But Thor is just fighting and he's just loving it. And they're like, Thor, we got to go. And Thor's like, well, just go. Leave me here and invest in all my glory. I'm fighting. I got Jotunheim. I'm summoning lightning. I got Mjolnir. I'm in my element. I love this shit. And then, of course, the All-Father. Always, your father is always wiser than you. The All-Father comes and tries to make a truce with King Laufey. And then you know the one thing Laufey said? He said, your son sought this out. He will get what he wanted. And then when King Laufey, when Odin said, King Laufey, he did seek this out, but he is only a boy. Let us, Odin, the wise king, he tried to talk down the destruction of his unruly son. He tried to bring some type of diplomacy. And you know what King Laufey said? And I seriously went into a coma when he said this. He said, we are far past diplomacy. And when he said that, I said, holy shit. You probably didn't get that. He said, we are far past diplomacy. People, when somebody fights you for 11 and a half years and they insist on fighting, they insist on being unruly, like Thor. What King Laufey said is, your son is going to get what he wanted. He want to fight? Oh, he going to get one today. He came to Jotunheim. And he want to fight? He going to get what he wanted. And then Odin tried to talk King Laufey out of it. King Laufey said, no. We are far past diplomacy. People, that's what you hear when you hear me speak about my family. Diplomacy is not an option. It's not. It's not an option. It's not. People, let me tell you something about me. When you got a problem with me, I don't sit down and go back and forth with you. I stop and think where it's coming from. I want to know the origins of your illness. People, do you know at 52 years old, I'll be 53 this year. Do you know at 52 years old, all the people that hate me, I'm drawing a blank on as to why. I'm drawing a blank. People, I'm smart. Yeah, I'm smart. My intellect through the roof. I'm drawing a blank as to why Atia LaShawn Bradley did what she did. I'm drawing a blank as to why my brother did what he did. I'm drawing a blank as to why my mother said the things that she said to me. I'm drawing a blank. So for that, diplomacy is not an option. It's not. Diplomacy is not an option. So when you listen to me, you're listening to a man that is pretty certain. Yep, I'm pretty certain that the actions and the the hate that I had sent my way, it was insistent hate. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a oops. It definitely wasn't a my bad. It was an insistent hate, trying to change me, trying to get me to kneel. I guess I'm a stubborn king. I'll take that. But what's not going to happen is I'm not going to allow somebody to come around and even make a mockery of my 11 and a half years of fighting to be a father. Make a mockery of it. I'm not going to allow that. No, I'm not going to allow that. In my Shannon Sharp voice, where they do that at? Not going to allow that. Appreciate those thumbs up, y'all. Come on, stop fucking with me. Don't be up fucking with me here. So, people, I truly want to thank you guys, man, for sitting in with me, listening to me rant. I'm such a rant whore. Once again, I'm gonna apologize for being so truthful. I want to apologize for my intellect. Um, I'm sorry that I don't get on here and be like Chisby, and yo, fuck a bitch, and yo. I'm sorry I don't talk like that. I'm sorry I talk with intellect. I'm sorry I don't give you a way in. I'm sorry I won't sit down and listen to your butthole narratives. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm Todd's son. And I'll be Todd's son to the day I die. I love that dude. I do. I do. I love that man for what he showed me. And like I said in my book, being a man is non-negotiable. It's not. It's non-negotiable. I'm not going to ever go into a courtroom and try to negotiate being a father. I will never, ever negotiate being a man. Never. Good night, y'all.